Have you ever caught yourself wondering, am I relying on others more than I'd like? Maybe it's something simple, like waiting for someone to come by and fix a leaky tap, or feeling unsure about handling an unexpected bill or a minor health issue. These little moments can sneak up on us. But here's the truth. Growing older doesn't mean giving up control. It means taking it back in small but powerful ways. Think about it. You've spent your whole life gaining wisdom, learning lessons, and handling challenges. Now, more than ever, is the time to tap into that strength and make sure you're equipped to live life on your terms. Whether you're 60 or 85, there's a deep sense of freedom in knowing you can manage your day-to-day life without feeling dependent. In this video, we're going to talk about something I believe is truly empowering: 5 life skills every senior should master to feel more self-sufficient, confident, and in control. And don't worry, none of these are about becoming a tech genius or running a marathon. These are everyday skills that anyone can build, no matter your background or experience. We'll walk through them together with practical tips and simple ways to get started, right where you are. Let's begin with one that often flies under the radar, but it's at the heart of independent living: basic home maintenance. Now, I know what you might be thinking. I'm not about to start crawling under the sink or up a ladder. And you absolutely don't have to. But having a basic understanding of how your home works, and how to fix small things yourself, can save you time, money, and stress. For example, let's say your kitchen faucet starts dripping. You don't need a plumber for that. A little knowledge and a $5 washer might be all it takes to stop that drip, and keep your water bill from creeping up. Or maybe your power goes out in just one room. If you know where your circuit breaker is and how to reset it, you can get the lights back on in seconds instead of sitting in the dark waiting for help. These aren't just handyman skills, they're life skills. And learning them doesn't have to be overwhelming. You can start small. Take a look around your home and notice the things you usually ask others to fix. Make a list. Then, the next time you have a quiet afternoon, pick just one of those things and learn how it works. Watch a simple tutorial online, ask a friend to walk you through it, or take a short class at your community center if there's one available. You'd be surprised how many free or low-cost resources are out there just waiting for you. It's not about doing everything yourself. It's about doing what you can, and knowing when and how to get help when you need it. That's what real self-sufficiency looks like. And once you start to feel more confident around your home, that confidence spills over into other areas of life. You walk a little taller. You feel a little steadier. You start to trust yourself more. And that brings us to the second skill I want to talk about today: financial awareness. Now, I'm not talking about investment strategies or complicated spreadsheets. This is about having a clear, honest picture of where your money is going, what you really need each month, and how to stretch your budget without feeling like you're sacrificing the things you enjoy. You'd be amazed how many people, young and old, avoid looking at their finances because it just feels overwhelming. But ignoring it only adds more stress. You don't need to be an accountant to take control. Just start with the basics. Take a moment to jot down your fixed expenses, things like rent, utilities, medications, and groceries. Then look at the extras: subscriptions, takeout meals, or that magazine that shows up each month that you never actually read. You might find that a few small changes could free up more room for the things that really bring you joy, like treating yourself to a nice lunch out or setting aside a bit for a family trip. It's also important to know how to spot scams and keep your money safe. If anyone ever calls and asks for money urgently, take a step back. No real company or government office will ask you to pay with gift cards or wire transfers. If something feels off, it probably is. Learning to pause and double-check can make all the difference. And if you're ever unsure, it's okay to talk it over with someone you trust. That's not being dependent, it's being smart. You can also empower yourself by using simple tools to track your spending. There are even apps designed just for seniors with large text and easy navigation. Or if you prefer paper, grab a notebook and write down what you spend for a week. Seeing it all in one place can be incredibly eye-opening. The goal here isn't to pinch every penny, it's to feel calm and in control when it comes to your finances. To know that you've got a plan, that you're prepared, that you're still the one calling the shots. When you can handle small repairs around the house and feel confident managing your money, something starts to shift inside. You stop second-guessing yourself. You begin to feel more like your old self again, the one who knew how to take care of things no matter what life threw at you. But we're just getting started. There's another important area of life where building skill and confidence can make you feel more self-sufficient and secure than ever. Another important area of life where building skill and confidence can make you feel more self-sufficient and secure than ever: health management. Now, I know, just hearing the words health management can bring up a mix of emotions. Maybe you're someone who already takes a handful of medications each day. Maybe doctor visits feel more routine than exciting. Or maybe you've been putting off a few checkups, hoping the little aches and pains will sort themselves out. And hey, we've all been there. But here's the thing. Taking an active role in your health doesn't have to be stressful or complicated. In fact, it can be one of the most empowering things you do for yourself. Let me ask you this, how well do you really know your own health routine? Do you know exactly why you're taking each medication? Do you feel confident asking your doctor questions? Or do you sometimes nod along even when you're not totally sure what they mean? If you've ever left an appointment thinking, I should have asked about that, you're not alone. But guess what? You have every right to understand your body, your treatment plan, and your options. Doctors are there to help, but you are the expert on you. Start by keeping a small health notebook, or even a folder if you prefer. Jot down your medications, dosages, what they're for, and any side effects you've noticed. Write out your questions before your appointments so you don't forget them. Even bring someone with you if that makes you feel more comfortable. This isn't just about being informed, it's about being your own advocate. And while medications and appointments are part of the picture, so is your daily routine. Simple things like staying hydrated, getting a little movement in each day, and sleeping well can change how your whole body feels. You don't have to do a full workout, just a short walk, stretching your arms above your head in the morning, or dancing to a favorite song in the kitchen can get your blood flowing and lift your mood. One woman I spoke to recently, she's 72, told me that every morning she rolls her shoulders and stretches for 5 minutes before her coffee. That tiny habit, she said, made her feel stronger and more awake than anything else she tried. It's not about the size of the habit, it's about the consistency. And those small daily efforts, they add up. It's also worth learning how to read your own body's signals. If something feels off, maybe you're more tired than usual or a new pain pops up, don't brush it off. Being self-sufficient doesn't mean ignoring problems. It means recognizing them early and taking action. The sooner you notice a change, the easier it often is to treat. Now, while we're on the subject of taking care of ourselves, there's another skill that plays a huge role in how independent we feel, even though it's often overlooked. And that's digital confidence. I know, technology can feel like a wild maze sometimes. One day your phone works perfectly, and the next day it's asking you for passwords you don't remember setting. Or maybe your grandkids keep talking about apps and cloud backups, and you just want to know how to check your email and maybe watch a nice video without breaking the internet. But here's the good news. You don't need to know everything about technology to feel confident using it. All you need are the basics, and the courage to try. Because when you do, suddenly the world opens up in ways you might not expect. Imagine being able to video call your family with just a tap, or pay a bill without leaving your chair. What about ordering groceries, reading the news, or even learning something new, right from your phone or tablet? That's the kind of freedom that digital confidence can bring. Start with one small goal. Maybe it's learning how to send a text photo, or how to use voice to text when you don't feel like typing, or how to unsubscribe from those endless marketing emails. You don't have to go it alone either. Libraries often offer free tech classes, and many community centers have volunteers who are happy to walk you through things step by step. No judgment, no rush. And let's not forget, plenty of younger folks don't know how all this stuff works either. Everyone's learning all the time. The trick is not being afraid to ask questions, press a few buttons and laugh off the mistakes. That's how we grow. One man I met, he's 68, told me he used to be terrified of clicking the wrong thing online. But after a few practice sessions with his daughter, now he runs an entire recipe blog from his tablet, shares pictures with friends, and even watches gardening tutorials on YouTube every afternoon. All because he was willing to start with, "Can you show me how?" There's a kind of quiet power in learning something new, especially when the world expects you to slow down. But I say don't slow down. Get curious, explore, try. Because independence isn't just about walking without help or driving yourself around. It's also about feeling capable, connected, and confident in your own choices. And when you combine health awareness with digital confidence, your whole lifestyle starts to shift. You become someone who not only knows what they need, but knows how to get it. On your own, in your own time, without waiting on others to catch up or offer help. And that sense of control, that sense of, I've got this, it can truly change the way you move through your day. Once you start feeling more confident in your health and your ability to use today's tools, something shifts inside. It's like the fog starts to lift. You don't feel as stuck or dependent. But there's one more area of life that can really tip the scale toward freedom and peace of mind, and that's financial awareness. Now, this isn't about becoming a stock market wizard or memorizing interest rates. It's about understanding your money just enough to feel in control, so that your money works for you, not the other way around. Whether you've saved a little, a lot, or you're somewhere in between, having a simple grasp of your finances can help you sleep better at night. And that, my friend, is priceless. Let's be honest, money can be an uncomfortable subject. Maybe you've always let your partner handle it, or you've never been a numbers person. Maybe you've had ups and downs, or you've trusted people you shouldn't have. That's okay. You're not alone. But starting today, you can take steps to feel more secure, and it doesn't have to be complicated. Begin by looking at what's coming in and what's going out. That's it. Just notice. What's your income each month? What are your regular expenses, like utilities, groceries, insurance? Once you've got a clear picture, it becomes easier to spot patterns, to cut out small things you don't need, or to plan for something you do want, like a weekend trip, a new set of walking shoes, or even that gadget you've been eyeing. And don't be afraid to ask for help. A trusted friend, a financial advisor, or even your local community center may offer workshops designed specifically for seniors. Some banks even provide simplified tools or check-in calls to walk you through your statements and help you spot anything suspicious. Speaking of suspicious, one of the most important parts of being financially self-sufficient today is being alert to scams. Unfortunately, scammers often target older adults, hoping you'll be too polite or too unsure to question things. But you can outsmart them. If someone calls claiming to be from your bank or a delivery service, or saying a grandchild is in trouble and needs money urgently, pause. Breathe. Don't give out information or act under pressure. It's okay to say, "I'll call you back," and hang up. Then use a number you know is real to confirm the story. If it's a scam, you've just protected yourself in a big way. Think of it like locking your front door at night. It's not because you expect trouble, it's because you're wise enough to take care of yourself. And that same care applies to your spending. Look over your bank statements now and then. Ask yourself, did I really buy this? Do I recognize this charge? If anything feels off, bring it up right away. And if you're still dealing with debt or bills that feel too heavy, don't suffer in silence. There are free financial counseling services that can help you sort it all out and build a manageable plan. You deserve to feel peace when you open your wallet, not panic. And the more you practice, the more natural it becomes. Soon you'll find yourself saying, "I've got this," without hesitation. But even with all the financial savvy in the world, there's something else that brings strength, resilience, and a deeper sense of control. And that's emotional independence. Now this one, it's a bit more subtle. It's not something we're taught to think about often. But the truth is, as we age, we face new challenges that can shake us emotionally, losing loved ones, adjusting to retirement, feeling less needed by others. And those feelings can be heavy. But here's the key. Emotional independence doesn't mean shutting off your feelings or becoming isolated. It means learning how to support yourself emotionally, especially when things feel uncertain. It means building habits that bring comfort and strength from within. Start with checking in with yourself. Every morning ask, "How do I feel today?" Don't judge the answer. Just notice. And if something feels off, maybe you're lonely, maybe you're worried, find a gentle way to respond. That might be journaling for a few minutes, calling a trusted friend, sitting quietly in nature, or putting on your favorite music and just breathing. Some people find great comfort in routines. Making a cup of tea the same way each morning. Watering plants. Saying a short prayer or intention to start the day. These small rituals can anchor you and remind you that you're grounded, even when the world feels a little wobbly. And when you feel overwhelmed, don't hesitate to talk about it. That's strength, not weakness. You'd be surprised how many people are going through similar things but are afraid to speak up. Whether it's a therapist, a support group, or just a neighbor you trust, sharing your feelings can lighten the load more than you think. One man I spoke to said after his wife passed, he felt like his life had lost its shape. He didn't know what to do with his time, or how to feel okay on his own. But over time he started walking in the mornings, attending a book club at the library, even learning how to cook for one. Slowly, gently, he began to enjoy his own company again. And now he says he feels a quiet contentment, something he never thought he'd find again. That's what emotional independence can bring. Not the absence of hard days, but the strength to move through them with grace. It means knowing that your happiness doesn't depend on others. It starts inside you. It means being okay with your own thoughts, your own company, your own rhythm. And when you pair emotional strength with digital confidence, smart health habits, and financial awareness, you start to feel like the captain of your own ship again. Not just drifting, not just waiting, but choosing your own direction one day at a time. There's something beautiful about reaching a point in life where you've weathered enough storms to recognize peace when it shows up. You've seen the highs, the lows, the unexpected, and the ordinary, and through it all, you've learned to adapt. And that leads us to the final skill every senior should master to live self-sufficiently: the ability to problem solve and adapt with confidence. Now, you might be thinking, I've been solving problems my whole life. And you'd be right. Raising children, balancing work and home, navigating relationships, health scares, and technology shifts, you've done it all. But sometimes when life slows down a little or when things change rapidly around us, it's easy to second-guess ourselves. You might start to feel unsure about what to do next or how to manage something unfamiliar. And that's completely normal. But here's the good news. That problem-solving ability, that resilience, it hasn't gone anywhere. It just needs a little dusting off from time to time. Adaptability doesn't mean knowing everything. It means staying open to learning something new. It means being curious, not afraid. Think of it like a puzzle. You may not see the whole picture right away, but you can start by finding one corner, one edge piece. And slowly you build your way through. Say your doctor gives you a new diagnosis and it feels overwhelming. Rather than panic, you pause. You write down your questions. You ask for explanations. You look for community groups or resources online. You take a deep breath and say, let's figure this out. Or maybe you've just moved to a new home, or your neighborhood is changing. You don't feel quite rooted yet. That's okay. Start small. Find a coffee shop or a park bench where you feel comfortable. Introduce yourself to one neighbor. Join a class at the community center. Little steps. Before long, the unfamiliar starts to feel like home. Being adaptable also means knowing that it's okay to change your mind. Maybe you thought you'd love a hobby, but it's not clicking, and that's alright. Try something else. Maybe you were planning to live one way in retirement, but your needs have shifted. There's no rule book that says you have to stick to one path. You're allowed to grow, to change, to pivot. Some of the most inspiring people I know in their 60s, 70s, 80s, even 90s, have made huge shifts later in life. One woman started painting at 72 and now sells her artwork at local fairs. A man who never learned to swim signed up for a beginner class at 68. Another gentleman picked up the ukulele just to entertain his grandkids and now plays at senior centers on the weekends. What made the difference? Not talent, not luck. Just the willingness to say, why not? Just the mindset of, let me give it a try. This attitude, this quiet courage, is what ties everything together. It's what helps you stay self-sufficient, not just in action but in spirit. Because when you believe in your ability to figure things out, to handle what comes, you stop waiting for life to settle down. You start living in it, fully, freely. And that's the heart of everything we've talked about today. You've taken the time to invest in your health, because you know that taking care of your body gives you energy, independence, and joy. You've leaned into learning the tools of today, like smartphones, online services, and digital communication, because staying connected and informed gives you power and freedom. You've gained clarity and confidence in your finances, learning how to spot scams, stretch your budget, and make decisions that serve your well-being. You've nurtured your emotional strength, finding calm in your own presence and courage in reaching out. And you've remembered your natural gift for solving problems, for adapting, for staying strong in the face of change. That's not just being self-sufficient. That's being alive. And if you've made it this far in the video, I want you to take a moment, right now, and acknowledge yourself. Not just for watching, but for showing up. For being curious. For being willing to think about how you can live life on your own terms. That takes bravery. That takes heart. You're not too old to learn. You're not too late to grow. You're not behind. You're not slowing down, you're simply getting wiser. Every new day is another chance to stretch, to strengthen, to surprise yourself. And you don't have to do it all at once. Start where you are with what you have and take one step forward. Maybe today it's organizing your medications. Tomorrow it could be signing up for an email account or unsubscribing from that sketchy newsletter. The next day, maybe it's sitting quietly with yourself and saying, I'm doing okay. You're more capable than you know. And everything you need to live with strength, freedom, and grace is already within you. If this video resonated with you, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. What's one area of your life where you feel strong? Or one area where you'd like to feel more confident? Sharing your experience might just inspire someone else watching. And if you found this helpful, please give the video a thumbs up. It helps more people see it. Subscribe to the channel for more real, honest conversations about living fully at every stage of life. Thanks for spending this time with me. I hope it felt like a warm conversation with an old friend, because that's exactly what you are. Here's to your independence, your growth, and your next great chapter. You've got this.